Da-da-da-da-da.
Hello. Today we are going to go through how to tweet an article. So this is an article that you just published, and the most basic way to tweet it is just to go right to the tweet icon up here. If your browser has already signed in to Viva Loudon, when you click it, it'll just automatically bring up this box to edit. If you're not logged in, it will ask for the Viva Loudon information before you can tweet it, so just to make sure it goes to the correct place. But then once it just automatically gives the title and the URL. So if you just want it like that, that's fine. If you wanted to, insert maybe Broadrun's Twitter name, from here it won't really give you any suggestions. So let's pretend it's Broadrun Football. You kind of have to know what Twitter name you want to send, but then once you tweet it, it'll become hyperlinked to go to their profile.
Now, and remember, there is that document called School Twitter Accounts in the shared documents, and that has all of the Twitter accounts for the schools and the fall sports.
So you could just copy and paste the one from that document into this tweet here to let them know. You don't want to put anyone's name, though, at the beginning of the tweet, because then not as many people will see it. So make sure if you, mention someone, you either do it within the tweet or at the end of the tweet. But if that's, all you want to do, you can then just hit tweet, and it will send it off there, and you can go view it on the Viva Loudon Twitter site. And as you see, it just has the title and then sort of a shortened link to the article.
Now, this is the Viva Loudon Twitter at twitter.com. That's the website you go to and log in. But now in doing this, correct me if I'm wrong, it only went to those who are subscribed to Viva Loudon.
Yes, so Twitter sort of works similar to Facebook in terms of, this is our Viva Loudon page, but this is your Twitter feed. So everyone that you follow, their tweets will appear on here. So the only people that'll see our tweets are ones that have followed us on Twitter. So let's say we want more people to see that tweet about Broadrun. So the other way you can send a tweet is to copy the URL. And then when you're in Twitter, you can just go to the profile, and then up here, this little pen looking thing, that is how you compose a new tweet. So you can kind of put in you can just copy and paste the title if you wanted, or you could type a new one. So we'll just call this, and like you see here, once you follow other people, they'll kind of recognize who you're trying to talk to. So as you can see here is the correct Broadrun Football Twitter handle. So, we could say something like, full recap of Broadrun Football versus Liberty game. And then we can paste that URL onto there. And then something else that you can do, say, what's their little thing? What is it? Like the bolt, they're like Spartan Zone or...
Yeah, I forget.
Well, we'll just do Spartans. So you can add in a hashtag to any sort of keyword. And then what this does, so here's the tweet. Once you're all done, you can add any photos here. You'll just pull it from your documents. And that will just pop it right in there. But if that's the tweet you want to do, just hit tweet. And again, it'll pop up here. But what this hashtag does is then takes your tweet not just to those following you, but to anyone who is looking at this sort of hashtag keyword. So our tweet will appear on this big feed full of anything that has to do with hashtag Spartan. So things like hashtag Loudoun County, hashtag football, hashtag, really anything can be a hashtag, but those sort of like, popular trending topics will help the exposure and the reach of any of our tweets. So anytime it's sort of applicable, you can throw that little pound sign in front of a keyword.
Now, another thing I'd like to show, if you could click on to create a tweet, Suppose here I'll put a title, Broad Run Briarwoods Game. And I know I want to add, and right now with nothing, if I tweet this, it goes to everyone who subscribed to Viva.
Mm-hmm.
But I want it to go to the Briarwoods and Broad Runs football. Mm-hmm. Another thing you can do is if you click off this box that's on the screen, you get taken back to the menu, and up on top on the Twitter, you can search like Briarwoods, and boom, there you see football. Now, if you click on that, it takes you to the Briarwood football page, but you can go over here to where the URL is, and you can copy that.
Or it'll pop up in there.
Yeah, well, and this is one thing I wanted to show the guys. Now, if you click back on your tweet, it's already there. It disappeared, but it's not gone.
So you can the other way to find someone's, like if the one you're looking for isn't popping up here, you can always go up to the search one and, kind of type in any keyword, and it'll sort of give you suggestions based off of what you've, done. And then, you can come over here to kind of modify your search. So if you're looking for photos with Broad Run, here's where you can find them. Or if you're looking for people, then obviously you can kind of find anything that has Broad Run in it. Some of them might not be from Loudoun County. Some might be from other places. So kind of click on their profile just to make sure. But that's another way to kind of find the other profiles or Twitter handles.
But like I say, we had that one document where for the school, for sports, generic athletic department, then football, golf, cross country, and volleyball, we captured all the Twitters we could find for the schools.
Yes. So that is how to put your tweet in Twitter through Twitter. And then I guess the other thing we can look at is about scheduling a tweet. So let's say, like for our, game of the weeks, we want those to go out maybe right before the game starts for people who didn't see it before. So,
and correct me if I'm wrong, I would say this too. Like you guys are doing an article at 10:30 at night. Well, do you want the tweet to go out at 11 at night, or would you rather have it go out at 8 the next morning so it doesn't get lost in people's Twitter feed?
Right. So you can kind of decide when you want it to be shared on social media. So again, you just copy the URL. And then the website to schedule our tweets is called tweetdeck.twitter.com, or once your browser sort of remembers that you're signed into TweetDeck, you can just go to web.tweetdeck.com. But again, right here, if you're not already signed in, you'll just put in your information and then
save it.
And then essentially TweetDeck just sort of gives you a wider photo of your, or just a different look at your Twitter page. I'm trying to go over. I don't think the browser's showing it. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so these are all the things I'm subscribed to. And so this is a good way to open up TweetDeck. If you're trying to, it's your night to keep updates on scores, you can look at all the different Twitter accounts we're following, Briarwood, Stonebridge, Loudoun County, Carl Lucat, to see if they're posting anything.
So basically each of these columns is a feed. So as you can see, this is just your regular Twitter feed. This is everyone that you follow. This mentions bar, which is also right here on the regular Twitter notifications, it's also mentions. That's if someone has tagged at Viva Loudoun in their tweet, so they've mentioned us. So a lot of times people will put their scores from games they're at here, so that's another thing you can retweet, which we can go through. The messages column are private messages that people have sent you, so these will not be public. These are just between you and the other person. And then if we keep going through, like Jeff said, here are certain feeds. So this one is pulling any tweets that contain, the word Briarwoods in it. This contains anything with hashtag #AllMets in it. And it kind of continues through there. This one, user, these are our own tweets. And then all the way... And then this is where, once we start scheduling tweets, there will be a whole new column that pops up in there as well. So to schedule a tweet, you just want to come over to New Tweet. For some reason, the Viva Loudon Live is also hooked up on here, but I uncheck that one, and I just always come over and check the Viva Loudon box, so it goes to the correct one. You could do both, but just make sure that the @Viva Loudon one is tagged for sure. And then, again, you can put in your tweet, Broadrun versus Liberty game. TweetDeck will give you suggestions for Twitter handles. So here, if I'm looking for Broadrun football, as long as you include that @ sign in it, it'll start pulling up suggestions for you. So I forgot what Broadrun football is, but we'll just pretend and tag volleyball. And then again, just copy and paste your URL into there. And then you can add an image here if you want to. And then right here, schedule tweet is when you'll pick the time or day. So say we want this to go out Wednesday morning at 8:39 a.m.
So you can actually schedule your article to appear then and the tweet.
Right. So, yeah, as long as you have the URL for your article, you can kind of schedule it to be whenever. And so then right here, it'll tell you tweet it on October 8th. Once you do that, we can go over, and I think here, no, we already did that one. We need to go over somewhere. Well, generally there will be a column that says scheduled. I think it's messed up here, but then you'll be able to see all of your scheduled tweets, so you can make sure, none have overlapped with each other or anything like that. I guess just to then look at some other things on Twitter. So on, like I said, notifications is your mentions. So that's if anyone's, mentioned you in their tweet. And say you want to reshare what they've said onto our own Twitter page. You just click this little retweet button right there, or you can open up the tweet more to see if anyone else has replied to it. And then you can reply yourself and say a tweet back to the person if you just typed here and no one. Or you can retweet it, which will take his tweet that, only his followers have seen and share it with all of our own followers. So that's another way to kind of expand other people's reach when it comes to their own tweets as well. Anything else?
No, I think that's a good, solid beginning. And then the rest is just play with this and get familiar with it.
If you do ever want to, delete something you've tweeted, you can just come to these 3 little dots on the More button. And there you can just easily delete it and it'll go away. You can do that from the home page as well. So, again, if one of your tweets pops up that you didn't mean to send or there's a typo or anything, just click that More, and then a delete option will show up if it's your own. But yeah, beyond that,
look at we had 8,800 followers around when we took over the site. We're now at 9,450. So let's just keep growing, and that's the reason that Dan was following so many people too.
You always want to have more followers than following, so we're doing all right.
All right.
All right.